The NFL draft has concluded, and I have decided to give my NFL winners from this draft. Even though it is way too early to really decipher how teams did in this draft, it's a fun exercise to do by giving my instant reactions. So let's get started. The first winners of the draft were the Arizona Cardinals. First off, they drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. to form a dynamic duo with Kyler Murray. They got the best player in the draft regardless of position, and Harrison Jr. will be a day one Pro Bowl-like contributor right away. After that, they drafted Darius Robinson, an edge who showed out at the Senior Bowl with immense potential that helps an edge room that is needing much help. Then they got one of, if not the best running backs in the entire draft with Trey Benson, that is a complementary piece to an aging James Conner. Then in the future, he can be a starter. They also got a good cornerback pick with Max Melton in the second round that can help with their secondary. The rest of the draft was used filling this team with great depth, especially on offense. Jonathan Gannon definitely has plans for this new defense, but I'm excited to see what this new Cardinals offense could look like next year. I have a feeling we're going to see 2021 Kyler Murray again, and for that, the Cardinals are winners. Next, the Ravens were winners because they drafted two great corners in Nate Wiggins and TJ Tampa to replace some pieces they lost in the secondary. TJ Tampa was especially a steal in the fourth round. After losing many more defensive pieces, the Ravens kept replenishing with edge Adisa Isaac. The Ravens also have an eye for great defensive steals that they can mold and turn to great contributors to their defense, and their defenses always seem to be at the top of the league. They also got a tackle to replace Morgan Moses and Roger Rosengarten, a tackle that they can develop on their offensive line, similar to guys like Tyler Linderbaum. Lastly, they got a good receiver who fell in Tez Watkins, another solid addition to replace OBJ for the Ravens. The Ravens filled all their holes seamlessly and look to push for a Super Bowl again. The Bears are the obvious winners. First off, getting a generational talent as their franchise QB is amazing. I'm confident Caleb Williams has the talent and the help around him in Chicago to overcome the QB curse over the Bears. He has been the consensus #1 pick for the past year, and with all the hate, it'll be shut down when he wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Adding Rome Odunze to an already great wide receiver duo will be amazing for Williams. Him being able to throw it deep to Rome will be great, as he is the best contested catcher in this draft. Rome being mentored by two great veteran receivers as well will only help his development. Lastly, Austin Booker at edge is a sleeper steal that can help the Bears defense from day one next to Montez Sweat, and he has upside for the future. This is a defining draft for the Bears, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are in playoff contention next season. The Bears' bitter rivals also won this draft. The Packers were able to get the best safety and best linebacker in the draft while also trading back, adding great talent to their defense in positions of need. Cooper will form a great duo with Quay Walker, and McKinney and Bullard will cause havoc in the secondary. Speaking of the secondary, the Packers also drafted two other safeties and cornerback Kalen King. These three will be used all around the defense in a new scheme for the Packers. Kalen King especially was a touted prospect heading into this year but fell off due to poor play. However, knowing the Packers, he has a chance to really turn it around. On the offensive side, the Packers got versatile offensive linemen to help them protect franchise QB Jordan Love. They have the track record of creating stars on the offensive line, so I completely trust them on this. Lastly, running back Marshawn Lloyd looks to add depth into the running game, and the Packers have definitely won this draft as they look to claim the North once again. The Colts are a sleeper winner in this draft, as they arguably got the best edge player in this draft with Laiatu Latu to an edge room that needed a boost. He has the ability and technique to be the best edge in this draft and will definitely be a day one impact. But arguably my favorite pick of the entire draft was A.D. Mitchell in the second round. He is an absolute steal, as he has the potential to be a Pro Bowler, especially with Anthony Richardson. He has comps to CeeDee Lamb, and I believe he has the ability to reach that potential. Forming a dynamic duo with Pittman Jr. as well, he could be one of the best wide receiver duos heading into the future. They also got a good O-line to protect Anthony Richardson. The Colts got great help for AR to shine like the star expected to be, so they are winners in this draft. The Patriots got their franchise QB in Drake May, and dare I say, the true successor of Brady. He has the potential to be a mix of Herbert and Josh Allen as QB, the second best QB in this draft, and to get him at pick 3 was a steal. On top of that, they got two wide receiver weapons to help May and some good O-line help. They revamped their offense around him because before there was nothing around him. They also drafted Joe Milton, who I believe will be converted into either a tight end or a wide receiver, adding to help May. The Patriots look to enter a new era with May as they built around him, so they are winners for me. The Saints got one of the best cornerbacks in the draft with Kool-Aid at the second round. He immediately helps the secondary and forms a duo with Lattimore that could be dangerous for the future. They also got Fuaga, a tackle that they desperately needed to help protect Carr, as their offensive line was absolutely terrible last year. They also got a good deep ball threat and potentially got a future QB in Spencer Rattler. Learning behind Carr will be beneficial for his development and might give some optimism for the Saints at the QB position. The Saints improved their team and are winners in this draft. The Eagles absolutely crushed this draft, getting two of the best secondary players to add to a weak secondary. Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean adds versatility for the secondary that was very shaky last year, and them being mentored by Slay helps their development even more. The Eagles secondary looks scary good again. On top of that, they got a sleeper wide receiver in Johnny Wilson, who is potential tight end convert, and a solid running back. The Eagles are also winners of this draft. The Steelers completely revamped their offensive line with Vitanu and with interior O-line picks. They also steal Peyton and Roman Wilson in the draft. Roman is a solid Deontay Johnson replacement, as he can prove to make an impact on day one, and Peyton Wilson is a good linebacker for the Steelers defense, and the Steelers look to be winners as well. Now that this draft has concluded, leave your winners in the comments below and make sure to subscribe.